Why did I say that? Okay, anyway, the round has begun. All right, it's going to be Blue 4, I think, on offense. Fighting to take Green 4 sectors. All right, Blue 4's USMCs. You can already see because they've got forces in the water. Anyway, this mission was made by Banks. The background. November 2030 in the Strait of Hormuz. God, I freaking dyslexic with this shit. In the Persian Gulf. Following a successful incursion by a rebel element, U.S. Marines, Blue 4, are building up forces ahead of a wider push to take the strategically vital island of Sahrani for NATO. The first aggressive action will be to clear out and secure an airbase northeast of the staging point. Meanwhile, the Middle Eastern coalition, Green 4, still reeling from their recent failed attack on the U.S. invaders and short of ground vehicles. I remember the previous off. That's when Pierce did the silliest thing I've ever seen. He almost won with it too. But anyway, are digging in to brace against NATO's assault and maintain their control of the airbase on enough for reinforcements to arrive. 3 sectors. If there's 1 sector remaining, it'll go into overtime if the attacking faction is in the sector itself. Otherwise, mission variables here, 1 kilometer view distance, defender build point is going to be at 150, which is 25 over the default at 125. No magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Medium anti-tank is going to be 2 AT rounds per launcher per side. Nothing really interesting there. Otherwise, uniform breakdown, just to break down the list here, you got platoon, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant that carries additional ammo, grenadier, grenadier IR, which have hunt IR rounds. They are 40mm grenades you fire in the air, turn into a camera with a parachute on them. You can use them to get a nice little eye on the sky view. They also have night vision attachments. Really cool. Otherwise, your machine gunner assistant, have your medium machine guns compared to the auto rifleman, which has a light machine gun. I'll point that out in the loadouts. Otherwise, combat engineers, the guys that have explosives. Choice of 2 satchel charges. 4 satchel charges, 2 satchels. What do we call them? Oh, it's explosive charges and explosive satchels. That's it. I'm an idiot. Tripwire mines or AT mines, which Maz claims are used all the time, but really it's only him. Sorry, Maz. And then you got your light anti-tank, your medium anti-tank 1 and 2 and their assistants, your recon infantry scouts that have the suppressed weaponry. Recon infantry is just part of the group. Sniper, which is part of the recon group. Designated marksman, which that appears to be Mark 11. Am I right, Matt?
Yeah. It's if you go to Malin.
Gotcha. It's because they don't have the marksman under the loadout, and maybe they'll fix that one day.
Yeah, I believe all the U.S. kits are Mark
11s, yeah.
Man,
Otherwise, your
SVD.
Crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and the base kit. Loadouts otherwise for base weaponry is going to be a mix of M27 IARs, which are fully automatic M4 platforms. Fun fact, they took that feature away from the M16A1 to the M16A2 because GIs in the Vietnam War kept going to full auto and burning all their ammo. And that's just been a thing ever since. You got the M9 Beretta as a secondary. Support weapons for the auto riflemen are going to be the M249 saws. Support weapon for the machine gunners is going to be the M240 Golf. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136 single-shot disposable AT launcher. Recon sniper gets a choice in the M48-5 with different camo schemes, which I believe is 308 bolt action.
For which weapon?
For the M48-5, it's either 308 or 338. I always forget.
Yeah, I believe it's 308.
Okay. And then the suppressed shooters either get a Mark 14 or it's SOCOM 16, both 20-round 10.62 by 51 NATO battle rifles that get a suppressor screwed on. Crew and aviation either get the MP7 submachine gun or an M4A1. Nothing on crew served assets. Blue Force vehicles include 2 unarmed RHIBs, 1 armed RHIB with a frontal and rear 50 cal gun, a single rubber rib, which is a death sentence because 2 bullets go into that and you're dead because it's literally just an inflatable boat. 3 transport Humvees, 2 transport trucks. Oh, they get the freaking World War II Mutt Jeep with the 50 cal. How cute. And then 3 M2 Humvees. All right, Green 4, meanwhile, their uniform. Oh, hold on. Let me get my reading glasses on. Independent faction in 2010 Middle Eastern Coalition Army Desert Camouflage. God, I had to scroll fast for that one. Their marksman rifle, if we scroll down to the DMR, that appears to be an SVD. You can note, I always tell because of that little olive-ish camo right there on it. I don't know. Russians are weird. They get AK-103s, Jesus, or AKS's MP-443 for the secondary, RPK for the light machine gun, PKP for the medium machine gun, light anti-tanks from the RPG-26 single-shot disposable launcher. Sniper is going to get the T-5000, which I believe is chambered in 338, and then the 2 suppressed shooters get a choice of 45-round mags for an AKS-74, or 20-round magazines of 9x39 for the AS-Val, AKS chambered in 545. God, what is the 103 chambered in? Is that a 7.62 or is that a 5.45? I never remember which gun from the 100 series is which. 7.62? All right, so a mix of 5.45 and 7.62 there. Because, I mean, there's also some in the 100 series that fire 5.56 because we don't talk about them. They're like the weird cousins. We just don't talk about them. Anyway, and then the crew and aviation get the choice of either an AKS or a PP-2000. I believe the PP-2000 has the 44-round mags. Could I be wrong on that? Because it's either...
yes, it's 44 9mm.
So smaller caliber, pistol caliber. Pistol calibers don't really hurt people unless you get headshots, but hey, more bullets.
Hey, I got a 197-meter kill with it once.
I don't know how, but hey, it's FNF. Anything's possible. Otherwise, OP-4 vehicles, they get a transport UAZ that can carry 7 people, an open-top UAZ that can also carry 7 people, their own mutt Jeep that doesn't have a gun, and 2 Dishka static support wherever they want, which has 5 boxes of 50 rounds of anti-material ammo, which is 12.7 by 1. Why am I trying to remember? It's right there, 108. Jesus. All right, other assets. There's going to be 4 cargo planes down, 7 gas planes, and a transport Vic. Those are all going to be locked. Usually we'd actually see it. Yeah. Oh, wait. Why does it say they're not locked? I'm assuming they're locked.
Sometimes the mission info's bugged.
No, Green 4 gets jets. They have no ammo, but hey, you can use them as, God, what is it called? The Otka... The freaking Betty bomber from World War II that would carry literally a rocket with a dude in the rocket that would control it as a kamikaze. It was a suicide carrier. I forget the damn name. It began with an O, but yeah,
Japanese one?
Yeah, just, you know, Hideko Banzai or however the hell it goes with those puppies. I mean, Blue 4 does have some boats. So theoretically, and I mean, Blue 4 is the United States, so we'd be kind of reliving something here. Oh, that's right, you can't ram vehicles, but if you claim your vehicle is a missile, therefore, you're just the ordnance that hits it. Think about it. Anyway, don't follow what I say, otherwise you'll probably get banned in FNF, and for legal reasons... Wait, why am I saying that? Do whatever you want. I don't care. Anyway, going over and looking at our forces here. Let's go ahead and cover Blue 4 first. We got Tilsitter taking command again. I guess that's because no one else wanted to touch it. Normally, they only allowed 1 person to command aside per branch unless no one else wants to touch it with the 10-foot pole, which sometimes happens. So he is taking command again. Holton is going to be leading X-Ray. Tenderbaner being the sniper. Wise being the 2IC. Schneider taking the suppressed SOCOM 16. And so is Revolk. Nemesis leading Alpha HQ. Alpha 1 being led by Yanni Finney. He's got Whiplash, Azariah, Malin, Rapier. Okay. And Iander. Sorry, new names always throw me off. Now, Naf's leading Alpha 2 with Coles Parrott and Dobbs. Bravo HQ. Looks like they've merged everything, so it's just one team with a squad leader. So it's Pete leading, Rodrigue, Pro Hunter Twins, Aim the Stars, Gogu, Thompson, and Solomons. Bank leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 being led by Wheaton with Kabui, Resent, and Steve. Charlie 2 being led by Ashwood, Gazag, Rory, Tackleberry, Major Khan, Eric Hiru, and Swola. Newton leading Delta HQ. Delta 1 being led by Ant with Renly, Elipuns, Khalil, Coco, Bless, and Raposo. Norris leading Iqbal, Gordon, and Sholand under Delta 2. Meanwhile, for Green 4, we have Oddball commanding. This should certainly be an odd mission that I will go shoot myself now. Anyway, Lurch being his 2IC. Interesting that we see a 2IC, but that has its advantages. In case ground command goes down, there is still someone to organize that chaos because both of them have LRs and they can sort everything. Usually you see it on the offensive side, just in case the ground commander gets sniped. Defense, it's usually not as hard to coordinate, especially in a sector defense where all the sectors are pretty much on top of each other. But hey, you know, shit happens. Might just be a mentoring thing as well. You never know. Otherwise, Patriot being the platoon medic, Mackenzie leading X-Ray here with Seismo being the 2IC, Lolo taking the sniper role. Actually, no, Seasmo I think would be the medic under that slot. Reapers would be the two I see, but Lolo taking the sniper, Sam taking the AS Val, and Dooley taking the AKS with the 45 round 5.45 magazines. Shy leading Charlie HQ. Wow, we're just skipping the Charlie and Delta. Interesting. Charlie and Alpha have the marksman rifles, right, Maz? If I remember correctly.
Alpha and Charlie, yeah.
Yep. And then Bravo and Delta have the medium anti-tank.
Yep.
And Falcon in my chat just said all in caps, Dooley the dumbass. That's not really nice, Falcon. Anyway, Shy leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 being led by Spiky with Dream, Mellow, Fred, Olaf, Mutant, and Bay. Oh, Bay's on. Which it's really interesting to see Bay on green for, and Dooley. Where is Dooley? I just saw him earlier. Did I? Wait, then why did Falcon bring up Dooley? Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, no, because he's an X-ray. Right. God, I'm an idiot. All right. Popsy leading Charlie 2 with Deska Keeper, Colonel Arcane, Bartek, Llama, and Rizu Bialy. I'm dumb. I don't know. Also, the name's cut off right there. If you hover over, you see the name, so I usually like to pronounce the full one once I notice it. Mitten leading Delta 2 here, which again, I think it's Pierce merging in because it's under Delta 2, so because they normally take squad lead at 4-1 RW, and he's merged in with the team of Grenji guys, so Pierce leading Mitten, Bendel, Swede, Roshan, Nolich, Firefly Fawns, Hoba, Teliop, and Daedalus. All right, the sectors themselves, I mean, it's not much. It's just all around this area. So Sector 2 is going to be covering these 3 hangars. Ooh, they've got a little bit of a maze going on. It's going to make for some interesting camps. Now, the weakness of these hangars is you can use enhanced movement to climb up the side and shoot out the windows, or you can actually, even on some of these textures, you can open these windows. You can just throw grenades in or shoot people in the face. We've seen it done in the past. The latest one I remember is Anazay. That happened a few months ago, so... Nice interior here, but it has that weakness. Plus, a satchel can blow up the hangars. And I don't see a custom blackened highlight area on the hangars themselves, which means they aren't replaced, which means they aren't invincible. Because you can't make a default map asset invincible unless you do some heavy trigger scripting. And I've never seen that before in an FNF file. But you never know. A lot of fortifications dug around this position as well. Sector 3 is just behind it. It covers the eastern side of this base, and then Sector 1 covers the western side of this base, this entire chunk. So you see a lot of fortifications being made in here. Really, Green 4 just has to pick a sector or two and hold it, and concede the fact that Blue 4 is going to get their feet in on the other side, but Blue 4 has to decide how they're going to push in here. Based on the size of this AO, they're probably going to push in multiple different directions, especially since they spawn in multiple different spots. Blue 4, I mean, they've already all mounted up in boats and are ready to go too, so,
Real quick, I want to draw your attention to something. Go to the southwest Blue 4 spawn, and you see the 3 Humvees that are lining up to go west?
No.
They're going to go all the way down to the town of Somedo.
Yeah.
And then flank around from the southeast. Which actually isn't that bad because the southeast side of Sector 3 is all forest.
You know, I'm going to take that back, actually. I thought there was room for them to reposition on a different way, but there's all this cliff side around here, so they're just going to take the road instead. Humvees still don't get the best traction when going up these, hills over time, but that's just going to allow for Blue 4 to do an earlier dismount and push in, and also time for their boat forces to get in as well. So, we'll see it, but definitely they're picking multiple different directions to push in, because I'd imagine they're going to just test the perimeter, see where they can push in from, pull their forces back, go in through that side, and just try to get as much as their forces in the wire as they can to then close the CQC and grenade range, because that is where the attackers have the biggest advantage right now, is the ability to use grenades on defensive positions.
I hope for Blue 4's sake they do what I just said and attack from the southeast, because if you look around, I don't know if you remember, we had a mission on here with Byrock Tars in the hangar. It was a big hangar. Yeah. And the attackers really suffered because I, the mission maker, limited that southern attack on purpose. And they didn't have access to that forest, really, like a very small part of it. And they attacked from there, and because they didn't have access to a lot of the room, they got caught out in the open and crushed. So hopefully Blue 4 attacks from the southeast side because they have the entire forest to move up along. And everywhere else is open.
So another reason they won that fight was because their forces were too divided and they didn't reconsolidate in time, so they just kind of defeated themselves in detail as well.
That is
but By the way, when I say defeat in detail, for those who don't know, it's basically you have a larger force or you're fighting a larger force. How do I want to give this example? You're fighting a larger force, but that larger force is spread out amongst a bunch of different areas. So if you attack those different areas individually, where you bring your full force and you have the number advantage in, usually when you have a larger force, you steamroll the smaller force. So if you're able to inflict heavy casualties on the enemy while taking minimal casualties, and then you're able to basically maintain that number advantage in every individual fight, despite the fact the enemies have the larger force, they are still defeated in detail. And that is usually applied in FNF when you see the attackers, even though they start with anywhere from a 5 to 20% number advantage, they still lose. Because they put their forces across so many different areas where they can't support each other, and the defenders, being more congregated in certain areas, just counterattack and steamroll. And it happens more often than you'd think. Right off the bat, we're seeing some opening engagements as Blue 4 engages X-Ray. They try to set up on a position to spot Blue 4 coming in. So literally within the first minute, we're seeing some early engagement here. So it looks like they're going to immediately pull back to their Vic and reposition. Not a bad call at that point, because there's not much they can do after getting spotted so early like that. So we'll see if they try to do some sort of repositioning there. Otherwise, if Green 4 could find a decent angle to pick people off early, that would be a great way to play, but Blue 4 unfortunately have their eyes open. Now, a quick soliloquy to that. I've seen what happens when the attacking faction doesn't have their eyes open. My favorite one actually happened on the more recent side a few months ago. A marksman literally on his own, not a marksman, the sniper from X-Ray got behind an entire squad of people in the middle of a firefight, but there were pockets where there was no shooting, and he just started shooting them in the back of the head, and he was able to get every single one of them. He was within 50 meters, and no one bothered to turn the fuck around. The last guy did. He caught a fucking bullet to the face. It was something. That guy had over a dozen kills by the end of the match. It was so dumb. It's crazy what we see in Friday night fights. Yeah, when Falcon does it, he gets in trouble, but when other people do it, yeah. Granted, I will give credit where credit's due. FNF has been cracking down on that from what I've heard, so it's okay, Falcon. Now everyone is bullied about it equally.
Yeah, I think in the future we're going to be implementing some changes to get away from lone wolfing legally as well. Because there are some instances where, like, a good example is the headquarters section. You know how there's 3 guys in it? Typically what you'll see is...
That's how Falcon got banned for a while before it got overturned, because he got invited to the headquarters section and they went off to do something.
I think we're going to be looking at that in the future. Our staff in particular is, with the rework.
Understandable. Oh, and Navy got recalled. That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, fun fact about N4's uniform.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Serbian desert.
Yeah, is it the chocolate chip one?
Yeah.
Yep. So I've counter fun fact. Whenever I need to go to winter camouflage, because RHS doesn't really have any good winter camouflages, I always use that one. It just works.
Yeah, it is good.
It's like the only one you can really use, but it still works pretty decently. As long as you're not on a completely flat white map, it just works. I don't know why. I just feel like Todd Howard when I say it. It just works. but I'm not, because it actually works decently. It doesn't bug out and cause mass murder. Well, other mods do that, but I digress. It just works.
Yeah, you wouldn't think the Serbians would have desert camo, but I actually do some stuff in real life in the Middle East.
Nice. So Blue 4, as you predicted, are actually pushing a lot more forces around that flank. I thought they were going to send stuff up to back up their boat groups. But it looks like that opening, it's just another strong arm, weak arm play, which barely worked last time. It came down to the PvP, and it's going to be another smaller sector, so we'll see if there's a bounce back. But I think here there's just too much territory for Green 4 to cover on their own. Something will eventually give.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a pincer. The west is coming from the lone land, and the east, southeast is coming from the forest. I'm kind of worried about the western one, though, with Scandi Recon.
Yeah.
Because that's at least 150 meters of open ground they have to cover once they get to the top.
The only issue they have to worry about, though, is the guard towers, and even then, there's a little bit of defilade for them to work with if they stay on the northern side of this bump. Because if you actually get on the ground level, it's even covered by the guard towers. There's some well-placed trees. So you could see Scandi get close enough to actually pick off the guard tower units, and they don't have any cover up there. Because it's all open railing. The only thing that's covered is like their freaking shins and below. So just a few well-placed shots on a spot where Green Fork can't even maneuver, and they should be good.
Oh, Charlie HQ just fell off a building.
Of course he did. Wow. You know, I make fun of this, but you'd be surprised how often this happens in FNF. I want to say at least once a week, if not once every other week, there is someone that falls off a building and knocks himself out. And sometimes they don't get back up. That is what they sit at for the rest of the mission, is just that. Falcon saying it happens twice a week. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I've seen up to 4 or 5 people fall off of something. The mission that this one referenced previously, where Pierce did that aquatic thing over by Corazal, they like Flux fell off and killed himself from the side of a wall in a castle structure, and like 2 other people fell off throughout there and knocked themselves out. So, social Darwinism at work, yeah, right? Him fluxing my jet saying I risked it. Yes, you did, buddy. And it did not pay off for you. Sorry to say. In the moment, it probably seemed like a good idea, because I completely understand that. Oh yeah, just imagine your commander giving you this amazing plan saying, don't worry, I'll coordinate you, and then he just falls off a building and dies.
So I might have miscounted Blue for a little bit by one number, but it's 34 in 4 versus, I believe, 49 Blue 4.
Did you say 34 versus 49?
I believe so.
Bruh.
Because I was like, where is Infor at? And I'm looking around, I'm like, there's a lot of blue, not a lot of green.
That's, I'm going to present you with one yike, sir. Because you're right, there, yeah, the full dismounted group over there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Once again, I'm going to present you with the one yike.
Yeah, they're really going to have to rely on defeat and detail here, Infor that is.
But, I mean, with so many forces, they got some advantages here. I mean, Scandi is on their own. You got Bravo on their own as well in a team, and then everything else coming on from another side, Delta and Charlie working together. So there's room for it. But another thing I'm going to say, the defensive positions by default on maps like Sahrani, the Arma 2 ported maps, don't have a lot to work with, because there's still a lot of serial box style maps that just don't offer a lot of overwatching positions. Nice bra. Hi. Can I help you?
So, okay. Is it okay if we risk...
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Oh, no.
Yep, there's the tower getting completely taken out as I predicted. I don't know why there are 4 people up there, but yeah, that worked out just as well as I thought it would. Whatever. I'm fine. I gotta work. Whatever. Sure. It's fine. Boo, I really do have to focus on this. I'm sorry. It's match commentary. I can't really distract like Zusops. No. Please, honey. Honey, because it boops the mic.
It says you gotta range those down, dude.
It boop.
Level 2 down.
Love you, boo. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so Blue 4 pushing around this flank. They did a great job of engaging that cargo tower. Bartek won't back up. But, I mean, there's a lot of blood right under that tower just to show you how much damage was done. And then you got Blue 4 firing over at X-Ray. They're catching Mackenzie out of position. He gets headshotted and taken out. The remainder of forces outside of the perimeter are really close to this position up here. You see Sam taking a lot of grenade fire. It's messy. What's that? I don't know why there are 4 people up there. You never know. You honestly never know. But that was indeed a certified yike. Yeah, so this initial attack by this group, they're trying to pull as much as they can to this side so the main force can come in through this forested area, but it's really hard to defend against this push because you got Blue 4 overwatching with heavy M2 fire from this little ridge here, and the rest of the infantry is going to push up from the forest. it's very tough to defend against. Now, we are seeing some pickoffs here. Nemesis just got knocked out. You got some GLs trying to bounce off and knock off the walls, but it's not working. Those walls are being resilient enough. And they're actually going to flank around and go to where X-Ray was previously, and I think X-Ray pulled back in. We got some other X-Ray forces that have gone north instead, and now they're taking fire from Blue 4 X-Ray as they're now smoking their position, trying to get around Dooley. Caught in the open here. Is able to get away just in time as he takes fire. So I'm going to imagine an explosive specialist is probably going to throw a satchel around here. Yanni's trying to time a grenade to where that tower is. And he gets both of them with that one grenade. Wow. That was a great timed throw. You got the other two Green 4 guys turning around watching. Oh, another grenade barely being thrown over. Azurai doing the low throw, but Yanni already showed him up with that one. Ooh, that was a good one. Writing that puppy down.
Oh, I thought that was going over the wall.
The straw shoe onion burger, then, boo. You'll find it. I believe in you. All right, so they were doing some double tapping on those guys on the tower. Yes, I'll take a milkshake. You don't have to grab your titties that way, boo. I get it. But I appreciate the symbolism. Ooh, so the really funny thing here is Green 4 dug this little trench here to block the under part of the wall, and Blue 4 is now climbing over it. They're not able to get enough there, but that's going to put them in a spot to potentially throw grenades over too. Oh, man. Yeah, so they're just going up there. They're popping smokes right over.
Charge.
You fucking... Well, he got the wall, but that was...
Yeah, I think that was the point.
That was... No, he was trying to throw it over.
Oh.
And he just threw it above him, and then it just fell at his face. That was... Because if you wanted to demo it... never mind. Never mind. At least no one died. Alright? It still works out. It still got their forces in, but I know what he was trying to do, and that is not what he was trying to do.
This is I just want to say, this is a really good play by Blue.
Oh yeah, this is turning into a pretty nasty steamroll.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's doing exactly what they need to do.
Yanni just caught around. His buddy just got hit by Bant in the tower here, maximizing the... God, what is it called? The glass. That's slightly...
The tint.
Tinted, that's it, yes. Hot grenade finds Yanni. Yanni explodes. So Blue 4, I mean, they're starting to lose a good chunk of their numbers here in this initial assault. Now you're seeing Charlie come up on another side. Bravo is in no position to support, and you still got Delta on Overwatch. Blue 4 X-Ray actually got a lot of dudes pinned, killed by Dooley and Sam, who are still alive. We could still see Green 4 secure victory with a defeat in detail. Nemesis trying to find Shy. Shy taking his handgun out. And Nemesis eventually gets the kill. So a lot more Green 4 guys just disappeared, but Blue 4 down to 6 people on this outer sector here. Now Bravo, Blue 4 is coming in rush style. They're gonna basically dismount in the middle and continue the push.
They've just timed it perfectly, I think.
Yeah, with where to come in from. And Green 4 just doesn't really have anything to deal with this. You got Dream over here with the RPK. Oh, man, I'm waiting to see if he makes a move. There it is. And he immediately gets blown to hell. Oh, man.
Tune here is getting some good kills right now on the Humvee.
I don't mean to bully Dream. I'm going to write that timestamp down because that was pretty funny.
Hello.
Liru's bullying you.
Oh, what happened?
I just thought it was funny that you had the perfect lineup, you got a kill, and then immediately blew up to something.
What happened? I'm actually interested because I don't know
Bant
what blew me
got
up.
picked off. I didn't know if I didn't see if it was a grenade or not. I caster cursed you essentially, but I think it was just a GL fired on your position, maybe by a green 4 guy, and it just blew you away as you start RPKing them.
Maz, you might be able to confirm this to me.
Sector 2 is about to be captured.
When you die, you're automatically shown to your killer, aren't you?
Yes, unless something like you got killed by fragmentation, in which case it just sends you to a random person.
Which I think that must have been then. So I'm gonna have to check because
if you died fragmentation, then it was a grenade, in which case it might have been Blue 4 just throwing something up there. There you go, Sector 2. Delta got out and took it. You've got Sector 1 still contested here. Spiky being the only one in the sector again. I mean, Spiky's just playing a great survivalist strategy here at this point.
I just watched Oliver hit a dude direct on the go.
How many kills I got? I imagine it was just the one.
One. Daedalus and Wheat playing chicken with each other. Daedalus running out of maneuvering room here. I mean, Blue 4 just have the numbers in the sector. As soon as Spiky gets killed, all these guys are going to fold into the other spot. Oh, Dobbs spotted Spiky's rifle. Spiky somehow avoided a headshot there. Dobbs pulls back as well. But yeah, there was like a 13-person lead here. Pierce just got a great pickoff. Now he's firing GLs on the wall. Face has come around, gets a kill with the Mark 11. Gets a no, can't get the second pickup, gets it, and then immediately taps Knowledge, killing 3 people here with no reprieve. Only 2 people in that green 4 sector now. Spiky pulled out and got Dobbs, only to be picked off by Whiplash. That is Sector 1 taken. 1 remaining person, 2 remaining in the final sector here. Green 4 platoon could also still run in. Oddball. Bendel got a great kill there. Oddball runs into the sector. Now 3 people in the zone. This is going to be over in 4 minutes. It's going to be a quick 20-minute round. Short and sweet.
So, will Blue 4 just stronger?
Yes.
They just pushed in all their forces at the same time, and it worked out. Plane just exploded. Wow, all of Green 4 X-Ray finally got killed off on the northern side. Don't know how that turned around because they had 2 people to 1, so I guess Blue 4 sent some reinforcements up there or something. And now you got the 50 suppressing some of these buildings here.
34 Green 4.
And the Stars trying to suppress down this fatal funnel, but Green 4 is able to break away in time. Oddball, I think, bad frag, was trying to throw a smoke instead. Aim of the Stars, nope, he pulled back before that GL could hit him. Could also have Patriot fold in the sector here, as Lurch has. They got all hands on deck here. Lurch needs to be careful because there's a 50 right there. Put a flare round over yonder. Oh, Wheaton's turning. He took a hit. Wheaton quickly folds in as Lurch tries to light him up, but misses all those shots, unfortunately. 4 people remaining. I don't know who. Oh, it was Patriot, who's on the edge, unconscious there. Could still wake back up. Unlikely, though. Now, we could see some Blue 4 crossfire, though, but I think there's just too many people here. 2 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, someone came in as I asked. Also, what tower are people talking about a lot?
Northwestern tower. 4 people climbed up there, and Scandia immediately killed 1, knocked another dude. It was silly.
Sakes.
Oddball trying to come around the flank here.
So yeah, so Blue 4 were just clinical, I imagine.
Yeah. Like I said, they Green 4
I didn't know.
Oddball catches Rory in a reload.
So let's give him a warm.
Wheaton folds back in before he's headshotted. More smoke's going on in his position.
It's a 15 to 20% difference. Right?
Patriot did wake back up, only get knocked out by Aim of the Stars, but yeah, the number advantage here was just way too massive for 10%, in my opinion. One of the Green 4 guys getting taken out by Ash and Swola. Explosive satchels being thrown around as well. Patriot bleeds out. 3 Green 4 remaining. As I say that, grenades skimming around. Oddball running from the 50. They're able to dodge all of those shots.
Oh, wow, 1 grenade just pick up 2.
Oddball trying to pick off Twins' feet. Unable to do it. Pierce now going on the offensive here. Might catch Ash on the rear.
Goku woke back up and then as soon as, like, literally frame
take the
one,
grenade.
as soon as he woke up, took the grenade.
Amazing. All right, Pierce, check your left. Nope, Ash is going to be able to pull around here. Looks like he's firing at people behind him or double tapping.
Oh, Ash. Oh, yeah, no, you were.
Nemesis going to run through. But Nemesis is going to catch Pierce there as... Who fired a fucking flare into
Nemesis
Pierce?
fired a flare.
Amazing.
Did Pierce kill Ash?
He didn't kill him with the flare, so Pierce killed Ash.
Was that not friendly fire?
No.
Oh, it was Pierce, so did someone come up behind?
Pierce shot the guy in the shed.
Pierce killed Ash. Nemesis came around and shot Pierce because he heard the sound, yeah.
Wait, so
That was beautiful.
was there friendly fire there?
No.
Oh,
No friendly
good.
fire.
Okay.
Whiplash takes a shit ton of fire from Oddball, but he is unable to go down. We're at the 30-minute mark. Ring 4 might survive an extra minute.
Vendel just put like 25 rounds.
Yeah. Nemesis throwing a really well-placed grenade. It's going to roll. Nope, gets caught in the corner. If that rolled just literally an inch more, it would have gotten Oddball. Oddball, he's picked up an enemy 240 Bravo on Blue 4, and he's using it to mag dump who he can, and he takes a headshot.
Wrong side.
I think from Blas. He's got a PKP, but unfortunately, Nemesis is here.
No, Bendel just needs to move into a different into one of the different sections. See if that works.
He's one of the newer communities, though. I don't think he's gonna know the meta.
Bendel, Jay Bendel, he's from 4IB. Am I wrong in that?
It says Gren G, and they're a community here, so.
I thought he left. I thought Bendel left 4IB. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Stock.
Look at the guy near Dobbs Z hanging over the Hesco.
Damn. Bendel moves out as Dobbs. Oh,
amazing.
I think Dobbs saw him. And there it is.
He just got sniped from Dobbs. Yeah. Wait, how did Dobbs go down?
He did.
Is he up for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did he just lick his lips? That's a little awkward. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, Liru, I wanted to talk to you
Here's
about
that bug
something
for me.
funny that happened last week that I can't exactly talk on air about.
Okay. Well,